The Gentle Art of Tramping. Chapter 1. We set out. It is a gentle art. Know how to tramp, and you know how to live. Manners maketh man, and tramping maketh manners. Know how to meet your fellow wanderer, how to be passive to the beauty of nature, and how to be active to its wilderness and its rigour. Tramping brings one to reality. If you would have a portrait of man, you must not depict him in high hat and carrying in one hand a small, shiny bag, nor would one draw him in gnarled corduroys, and with red handkerchief about his neck, nor with lined brow on a high bench watching a hand that is pushing a pen, nor with pick and shovel on the road. You cannot show him carrying a rifle. You dare not put him in priest's garb with conventional cross on breast. You will not point to king or bishop with crown or mitre, but most fittingly you will show a man with staff in hand and burden on his shoulders, striving onward from darkness to light upon an upward road, shading his eyes with his hand as he seeks his way. You will show a figure something like a posthumous picture of Tolstoy, called Tolstoy Pilgrimaging Toward Eternity. So when you put on your old clothes and take to the road, you make at least a right gesture. You get into your right place in the world in the right way, even if your tramping expedition is a mere jest, a jaunt, a spree. You are apt to feel the benefits of getting into a right relation toward God, nature, and your fellow man. You get into an air that is refreshing and free. You liberate yourself from the tacit assumption of your everyday life. What a relief to escape from being voter, taxpayer, authority on old brass, brother of man who is an authority on old brass, author of a bestseller, uncle of an author of a bestseller. What a relief to cease being for a while a grade 3 clerk or grade 2 clerk who has reached his limit, to cease to be identified by one's salary or by one's golf handicap. It is undoubtedly a delicious moment when the Miles the gardener, seeing you coming along in tramping rig, omits to touch his hat as you pass. Of course, it is part of the gentle art not to be offended. It is no small part of the gentle art of tramping to learn to accept the simple and humble role and not to crave respect, honour, obeisance. It is a mistake to take to the wilderness clad in new +4s, sports jacket, West End tie, jewel tie pin in gaiters, or carrying a silver-topped cane. One should not carry visiting cards, but try and forget the 3-storied house, remembering Diogenes and his tub. I suppose one should draw a distinction between professional tramping and just tramping, especially as this whole book is to be called The Gentle Art of Tramping. I am not writing of the American hobo, nor of the British casual, nor of railroaders and beachcombers or other enemies of society, won't works and parasites of the charitable, while among these there are many very strange and interesting exceptions. In general, they are not highly estimable people, nor is their way of life beautiful or worth imitation. They learn little in their wanderings beyond how to catch, how to steal, how to avoid dogs and the police. They are not pilgrims, but outlaws, and many would be highway robbers had they the vitality and the pluck necessary to hold up wayfarers. Most of them are but poor walkers, so that the word tramp is often misapplied to them. The tramp is a friend of society. He is a seeker. He pays his way if he can. One includes the category tramp, all true bohemians, pilgrims, explorers afoot, walking tourists, and the like. Tramping is a way of approach to nature, to your fellow man, to a nation, to a foreign nation, to beauty, to life itself. And it is an art, because you do not get into the spirit of it directly, You leave your back door and make for the distant hill. There is much to learn, there are illusions to be overcome, there are prejudices and habits to be shaken off. First of all, there is the physical side. You need to study equipment, care of health, how to sleep out of doors, what to eat, how to cook on the campfire. These things you teach yourself. For the rest, nature becomes your teacher, and from her you will learn what is beautiful, who you are, and what is your special quest in life, and whither you should go. You relax in the presence of the great healer and teacher. You turn your back on civilization and most of what you learned in schools, museums, theatres, galleries. You live on manna vouchsafed to you daily, miraculously. You stretch out arms for hidden gifts. You yearn towards the moonbeams and the stars. You listen with new ears to bird song and the murmurs of trees and streams. If you ever were proud or quarrelsome or restless, the inflammation goes down, fanned by the coolness of humility and simplicity. From day to day you keep your log, your daybook of the soul. You may think at first that it is a mere record of travel and of facts, but something else will be entering into it. Poetry, the new poetry of your life, and it will be evident to a seeing eye that you are gradually becoming an artist in life. You are learning the gentle art of tramping, and it is giving you an artist's joy in creation.